Hey guys, it's Jessica Stone here with Mayor Dave McDowell, who is the spokesperson and past president for Save Our SOTUS. We're here with our January update. And Dave, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Good to see you.
So listen, we got some great news about funding for the SOTUS Bay watershed. What can you tell us about that?
The Army Corps of Engineers put out its funded project list for 2022-2023, and rehabilitation of the West Pier in Little SOTUS Bay, otherwise known as Fairhaven, is on that list. So there's $10 million allocated to fix the damage to that break wall that was done about 3 years ago. Since that time, that pier has been closed to the public. There's a bunch of cables and temporary repairs trying to hold the whole thing together until this money was allocated. So that was a great step and a great success for our watershed, and we look forward to the work beginning sometime this summer to get that done.
All right, so we're all looking out at the lake this time of year, wondering what the spring will bring. Nobody wants a repeat of 2017 or 2019, but we are going into the winter with higher lake levels and higher inflows than we got last year. So I know you've reached out to the control board. What have you learned?
Well, the control board is following Plan 2014. I've actually talked to both the control board and to the commissioners. And last year, the control board had deviation authority, and they tried some things. They pushed the eye limit or the ice limit, so they were able to push more water than the tables that are a part of Plan 2014 indicated they could. They delayed shipping a few days, and they tried some other things. The control board does not have authority to do that yet this year, and they may not get that authority. At this point in time, they're not worried. What they're watching and what we're watching is really the snowpack, primarily in Ottawa. We haven't had that much snow yet this year, although we're certainly catching up this month. But what really matters is the snowpack in the Ottawa Rivershed. Because what nailed us in 17 and what nailed us in 19 is when the freshet, which is the melt of the Ottawa River watershed, when that happens quickly, they shut the flow of water out of Lake Ontario off, essentially. It's not zero, but they shut it way down so they can just generate electricity and no more. And that protects the Ottawa River, the city of Ottawa, and downstream from there. The freshet occurs after shipping has started. So while the river channel might be able to handle more water, the currents that it creates become too strong for the ships to navigate. So we're up against both shipping in the Ottawa River when there's a big snowpack and a fast melt in the Ottawa River basin.
All right, and last but not least, I know this is a big year of action for SOS. Can you lay out the priorities that the organization and the board have established for the year?
Yes. While we're excited that Fairhaven was funded to fix the pier, we still have a problem, a big problem with the East Breakwater here in Great SOTUS Bay. We're working with Senator Schumer's office and others to try to find $500,000 in somebody's budget to be able to allocate to the Buffalo region of the Corps of Engineers so they can do the design work and create the bid spec for the repair of the East Breakwall. We certainly agree that the priority in terms of damaged structures, Fairhaven was ahead of the East Breakwall. But we don't want the East Breakwall to crumble and damage happen in the bay before it's fixed. So that's number one on the priority list. We didn't do very much blue-green algae testing and reporting last year. And we were trying to do more of that in 2022. There's also something called the Storm Act that the federal government has put in place. We're working with our state legislators to try to have the state put together their program to administer that so that in 2023 or shortly thereafter, property owners along Lake Ontario, around Sodus Bay, can take advantage of the Storm Act to do the remediation that maybe they haven't had the money to do in the past. There'll be more information coming on the Storm Act. There's going to be a lot of education that we're going to have to do, but we can't really begin it until the program is better understood and all the rules and regulations are in place, starting with FEMA and then going through New York State.
All right, so good to have you here, Dave. We thank you for all of that and all the work that SOS is doing, and we'll see you next month.
Have a great month. We'll see you soon.
Bye now.